Hey everybody, the Great Pigman here, 79 and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Last time we took a little bit of a short detour to take out a paralog of sorts. That, no, when it comes to passive, if little old Ashen Demon over there just didn't join up with us. I'm still saving the whole video file for that eventual compilation, so you're not going to see my reaction to the previous cutscene prior to unlocking that, so at least not yet. Once I go back and record my reaction to facing the Acid Demon off and seeing the cutscene after that battle in particular, yeah. I'm clearly going to need to do so again once I do go and deal about. That's just a whole lot of effort. But effort I'm willing to do for like one video. Goes so that I kind of didn't do much about like I didn't care about trying to do like most of the other support conversations regarding the Ashen Walls and the base game Fire Emblem, because I didn't want to do all the trial and error stuff. But yeah, plans are set in place to lure the Empire to a whole different area so we can retake Mark. So yeah, we've only got one battle to go to, and I didn't really think of doing it on the paralog screen fun of it. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, I think I'm going to do this, and I forgot because it's been a while. Oh, yeah. His Majesty Phoenix is really risen to the occasion. 10 years ago, there was squabbling over who broke whose sword. Now look at them. One's the king and the other's the duke. They're fighting on each other's side, issuing orders to our lord. How was I? It's still hard to believe. Every time I get my act together, too.
Hey!
You look puzzled. Is something wrong?
No.
I just feel strange. It was been much more welcoming than I thought they'd be. No one started to terrify me. My Acid Demon title is worthless.
Oh, hi.
We're going to take back the monastery next, aren't we? It's been ages. I missed the officers' academy. I was never good at book learning, but it was fun hanging out with everyone from our classes. What do you remember most?
Let's see.
Probably the dining hall. I hadn't experienced sharing meals fed in such a peaceful place before. The food was great too. That one dining hall lady was always so nice to us.
Oh,
I
man.
wonder what's going on at the monastery right now. Is anyone from your race still there? Probably not. Just knowing the circumstances. Garrick marked nights before us last. Find a piece of our strategy. The enemy could be looking anywhere though, so we need to keep our wits about us. AL's harsh environment and unusual terrain make it unsuitable for large armies. But it is perfect for guerrilla tactics. The enemy is not the only one who will be taking advantage of that.
That's not good.
There hasn't been any sightings of Verdi or Hubie in months. I hope they've been merely stood at this state and not something worse. I know there are enemies, but I wonder if we've seen our going Mark. It really has been a long time since we've seen Hubert. Like, we've seen Edelgard, it's not Hubert. That's really.
We must speak.
I've returned to ALL. Last time I was defeated and surrendered. At that time, I was chasing the Archbishop. So he is here now also. It's just what is called fate. Yeah, it definitely seems like a twist of fate. But this time, you're fighting on the same side.
Ah.
Yes, we were enemies then. Now, we are allies. We will not be losing. Feels like a bad omen for battle. Perhaps that is why my heart is racing.
Well.
What Mercedes said about the Death Knight has been bothering me. I also talked to some people in the Alliance army, and they haven't seen him either. A monster like him can't live without fighting, so it's hard to believe he's just gone.
What do you think?
Maybe he left the military. Life pulls you in all sorts of directions, you know. You really think he'd do that? Doesn't sound likely to me. Still, it's all fine with me if it means we don't have to face him again.
A moment.
I know the terrain for going back to ALL well. I shall act as our guide. Of course, the Archbishop will be leading us in battle and is prepared to have employed the full might of the Knights of Seros. If we score on this opportunity, so too goes our chance to retake Mark. We must succeed at all costs. The goddess's protection is on our side. Let us fight together to claim victory. At long last, it seems we will be able to return to Carrying Rock. The monastery is like home to me. It's the only place I can imagine going back to. I've tried to do my very best, so I hope you all will lend me your strength. Once we are safe behind Carrying Rock's walls again, I hope we can reopen the Officers Academy as well. Granted the Alliance forces have joined us, we should be returning to Claude's command. However, we will continue to work with you all until we have reclaimed the monastery. Glad to hear it. I was worried you all would get out of here as soon as you could. You fought so many battles together at this point, it's like you belong here anyway. The order comes with Claude, but it was never our intention to leave partway through. We are proof of the friendship between the Kingdom and the Alliance, so to speak. We appreciate your continued cooperation. Also, you're still not able to raise sponsors to be able to fight with this bout, I presume, is likely to happen. Damn it! Why can it never be easy? Life's never easy, Chez. What are these people thinking, approaching Carrying Rock through that insufferable valley? It is unbearably hot, the paths are precarious, and danger lurks around every corner. Got places to go, you gotta live and learn. Ugh, what misery. It's so depressing, in fact, and I want to go back to bed.
You there?
If this plan works, we take Carrying Rock, then the war will be over. As long as the Empire isn't won by fools, that is.
You sure?
You think so? We might drive the Empire back, but who knows how long the Alliance will play nice. Ah, the Alliance. That possibly hadn't crossed my mind. Just up at any look.
Well,
The Swing army would have invaded by now if we didn't have the Margrave keeping watch. After one particularly fierce conflict long ago, it was agreed that Swing and its people would be subject to Faugus's will. However, they still attack in hopes of taming our fertile lands.
incidentally,
On the other hand, Dusko and Fagus had a tumultuous relationship decades ago. And yet, you can count the number of conflicts between them on one hand. That could be due to Dusko's lands being more fertile than the ones in Fagus. The family of torment! The name alone just tears down my spine! And even if I survive, my father's going to be waiting at Carrying Rock on the other side! Now I'm doubly terrified. You all go on ahead, I'm just going to spur on and make it forever.
Come on.
Hang in there, Vendetta. You can do this. We're all gonna need the best fighters to win this thing. Yeah, you're right. Maybe I can do this. Does really see this father? Nope, never mind. I can't do it.
say,
So tell me, are you one of the people who worried about Lady Ware's ability to ban on fun lines?
Nuh-uh.
Nah, not really. See, you used to deploy the knights to settle conflicts, and see, and to good effect from what I've heard. Her Majesty would make a great commander. That's right, she's got more experience in leading armies than most of our generals combined. I wanted to fight by her side, but Lady Wei insisted I aid the Kingdom Army.
hey,
A lot of people in the church are wound up about the power of yours. I wonder why. Some of them even suspect you're in league with Tomas. But I don't think that's true. We can trust you, right?
Right on.
Of course. I'm not good at putting one over on people anyway. Gotcha. You know, I was told to keep you away from Lady Wei, but she seems to trust you, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Forget about it.
Greetings.
Speaking of Wei,
So it is.
I have heard tell of your exploits. You've been working rather hard, it seems. Though it may not have been for the church, you saved our lives nonetheless. As the Archbishop of the Church of Sewell, allow me to express my sincere gratitude.
You sure?
Oh, it was nothing. No need to take me personally or anything. You have earned the goddess's favor, regardless of your beliefs. The Empire, on the other hand, must face severe punishment for inciting such a foolish conflict. I ask that you continue to wield your magnificent power with righteousness.
I entrust this to
For
you.
Fulton and all who is ideal, I am counting on you. I have finally returned to my old self! Now my name shall be known throughout all the Forks as well. I'm not gonna win for it. Good luck with that. Now how are you gonna make a name for yourself?
Indeed.
Through magic, of course. My aim is to master the magical arts. I swear one day I shall restore House Nouvelle to its former glory. Book. Okay, that was like the freaking old letter. That wasn't a bug at all. It is quite fortunate we were able to convince the old mercenaries to join our cause.
indeed.
Indeed. I have no doubt they will play a key role in recapturing Carrying Rock. Though it pains me to send them into battle when they wish to avoid the church. Fulton's fleet hangs in the balance. We have no choice but to rely on their strength. Yes, we must join forces now and end this conflict as swiftly as possible.
Everything has its use.
Hey!
They say that long ago this area wasn't a valley, but a lush, vast forest. But when God saw how thoroughly corrupt humans had become, he flew into a rage. Seeing these divine judgment from the heavens, reducing the entire region of Air to ash. Do you think the flames are still burning underground after all this time?
That's concerning.
So few strange fraternizing with our arch enemies. But bridging the gap is all part of the fun. I suppose you didn't get the pun. You see, you have to play on arch enemies and bridging the gap. What do you think? I've been really sharpening my joke skills these past 2 years. And yet you're still not playable. I know. I know formations just so I could avoid the knights. Well, Lady Rhea specifically. But I didn't expect her to come to this camp herself. I thought the Kingdom Army expected to die.
I hate to ask.
I don't mind if you talk to Lady Rhea, but just keep us out of it. And especially don't mention Corey. The two of them have a bit of a complicated history. Oh, trust me, it's quite complicated though, right? He does some across the land. Finally on the way to getting Mark. Even I'm all fine with that. That place is special to me. Do everything you can to get it back, okay? Oh, and I must talk to where you need to get the job done. You got this.
Welcome. Nothing but the best for you. Is that the one? Is that the one? Nothing but the best for you. Is that the one? Nothing but the best for you.
I'm a shopaholic.
Is that the one? Is that the one?
To the 5th degree.
Is that the one? Nothing but the best for you. Thanks a bunch.
Who's thinking? Got a minute?
The previous leader of the Alliance looked gentle as a kid, but was the toughest Dale's old man who kept his cards close to his chest. When they look at the new guy, Claude, I've been doing some digging into him.
Huh?
I'm not sure yet. Why are you looking into the guy?
Nah.
I've got my reasons. Nothing worth talking about, though.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm Jets. I need some on it. That's what I say. It's you! Where we are now is unbearable, but I'm sure we'll get higher once we enter the valley.
That isn't
Many
good.
people for foggers don't do well in the heat, so I can't help but be concerned for them. There's gotta be a way to stay cool even in the valley. Maybe we could ask one who knows ice magic? Oh yes, that might work. We could consult with the scholars. We won't be any contested fight if we're all exhausted when we reach the monastery. Young Mock's smack dab in the middle of Frozen, huh? I know it's got historical significance, but is it really worth sacrificing so many lives over?
Let's
I
see.
mean, it's a huge building, probably with some crazy catacombs underneath. Who knows what kind of secrets might be hiding down there? You think so too, huh? There are definitely worth those suspicious passages beneath the monastery. Why did it become beautiful for like a few frames there? And why was it that building alone? That was odd. Oh hey, you're safe. It's been so long, Father. How have you been faring in the Alliance? Just fine, Annette. I am relieved to see no harm has come to you. Yeah, the others do a good job looking out for me. Are you going to be joining us at the fight for getting Mark? I would like to, but I am in charge of managing our reserve troops. Once I have finished here, I am to return to the capital to gather Duke Ivan and Margrave Gautier.
No way.
Well, you set to the bone, as usual. Not that I want you fighting on front lines. But isn't running around doing all these errands exhausting? Indeed it is, but you must forgive me. These duties bear great importance as well. It's only a matter of time before the enemy gets rid of us faster. In fact, they might have already.
Well,
We'd be wise to consider the possibility of a massive battle in the Valley of Torment. You're right, we should be catching the enemy off guard, but they might have enough time to deploy a small elite force. That probably depends on Count Hefwig, since he's defending West and how quickly the Emperor will react. The sooner he does, the more likely they'll send a larger army.
right.
That being said, we're also deploying a small or waiting party of our most elite in anticipation of that. Not to mention we'll be doing battle in ALL where larger numbers aren't particularly advantageous, and will think it'll be impossible to win.
Would you like to talk? Did you know?
I was recently reunited with Hilda after a terribly long time apart. She had been very worried about me. She's always spoken so kindly to me, even at the Officers Academy. I have done my best to keep out others at arm's length, and never even so much as a thank you to them. But when we were separated, I found myself missing Kyoto dearly. I guess what I'm saying is, it's nice to have a friend. It makes you feel stronger and more courageous. Perhaps you can be that for you. So I definitely do not like the 3 houses over there.
Hello.
Since joining the Kingdom Army, I've been to a myriad of places, seen all varieties of landscapes. But anyway, it was truly extraordinary. I don't think there's anyone like it else like it in all Fortland. Have you heard the story of how it came to be? That this is all the work of the goddess? Just a folk tale, but think how terrifying it would be if it were true.
Aww.
If the goddess ever saw the current state of affairs had gone angry again, then we would all be in great danger. Oh, trust me! Just be glad we're all currently in danger right now. I say looking over to Eddie Ash team.
This isn't nearly enough for me. Hey, Lawrence, if you're not gonna finish that, pass it over.
What makes you think I am not going to eat it? I simply enjoy savoring my food. Unlike some people.
So I just want to say right now, I mean, it's not on the menu, but
Come back whenever you're hungry.
apparently Joe had a support conversation with his main runner, and I apparently freaking missed that. So that's fun. Just more things I'm gonna have to do on my own time, and see on my own time.
Hunger is
Because
the true enemy.
after I beat the golden deal about it, so that's gonna be it. That play will be no more. It'll be finito.
This is one of my favorites. Thank you. This really makes my day.
Very well. If it pleases you to serve me so, then I will deign to join you for this meal.
Wow, this is great. I wish all the food in Fargus was a little more like this stuff.
Yes. Simply purely that. That's more of what you would want.
I wonder, why is our cuisine so unappealing? Is it the spices we use? Or perhaps the ingredients themselves?
Very good question, Dimitri. I wish I knew.
Come back whenever you're
We should
hungry.
probably do something to
Hunger
fix
is the
that.
true enemy.
He's gone so far to get away, but I have no idea who you are. I know for such a unit to my unit, but now that we've come so far to get it,
Essentially.
I must admit, I've grown very fond of the people in this army. I used to feel so much animosity toward Vargas, but now I actually wanted to win. Can't believe it. I'm glad to feel that way. We need to to work with it then. Should be shame if all the alternate timelines were to exist. Which I mean to kind of do, but that's what tell her that. Alright, support conversations away, let's do it.
Hey, Rodrigue. Looking for something specific?
I am. It's a book called Keyhole's General Treatise on Mercenaries. I was hoping to brush up a bit.
Sounds familiar. Pretty sure I skimmed through it back at the academy. Are you gonna use it for the next campaign or something?
Well, perhaps.
Rodrigue? Is everything okay? You're not really the kind of guy to skirt around answers like that.
If I may. Do you remember when we faced Gerald and his mercenaries in battle?
I mean, I remember, I was in.
How could I forget? Things got pretty intense out there.
Indeed they did. And that battle is the reason they opted to join our cause. One mistake is all it would have taken for us to suffer a crushing defeat. Thankfully, we managed to seize the initiative ourselves and emerge victorious. Had we not, our main camp would surely have fallen. I expect I too would have lost my life in the fray.
Yeah, it felt like there was danger lurking around every corner. Almost like I was walking on thin ice.
It frustrated me to no end, both as a warrior and a commander. To see such foresight, such clever strategies emerging from the other side.
Yeah, it felt like there was danger lurking around every corner. Almost like I was walking on thin ice. Never sure when it was gonna crack beneath me.
Once again, me and my presumptuous thoughts like, oh, it's the end sentence, it's supposed to say.
Without the wisdom of our predecessors, I would never have been able to assess the situation. Hence why I again find myself here seeking knowledge.
You never failed to impress me, Rodrigue. All those years of experience, and you still have the drive to sit down and study tactics in your time off.
I merely despise the idea of defeat, nothing more. I lack the cunning of the Margrave, and unlike Lambert, I lack the overwhelming courage necessary to turn the tide of battle on my own, which is why I must learn as many strategies as I can. It's the only way I can prevail over those both wiser and braver than I.
You know, you've said before that you and Felix don't have a whole lot in common, but I'm not so sure that's true. Neither of you miss a single chance to improve yourselves. Guess the apple really doesn't fall far from the tree. That goes for Dimitri, Sylvain, and yeah, even Felix. As for you, Rodrigue, I think all that hard-earned knowledge is exactly what makes you the incredible commander you are.
I'll spare you the humility and just accept the compliment. Thank you.
I bet you could even beat the Margrave or the former king if you took him on now.
I wouldn't be so sure. Both of them were far beyond my reach in their prime. And the Margrave aside, I could never hope to meet Lambert as equals. I'd struggle for an eternity without ever growing close to his might.
I guess you can't exactly catch up to someone when they're gone.
Perhaps not. But that's exactly why we must continue learning. To never stop reaching for those who seem beyond our grasp.
Gotcha. And I'm just gonna have to follow in your footsteps. I'll catch up to you before you know it, Rodrigue. Just don't go dying on me before I get the chance.
Is that so? Then I suppose I'll have to work even harder to give you a proper challenge.
Oh, yeah. You were looking for Keyhole's treatise, right? Let me go ask if anyone knows where it is.
Oh. Will I really make it home next winter?
It pains me how I'd like to be in a sports ready to go for Lawrence, but I can't do Wayne's because it's like, oh, you can't take me to fun, so you just have to do.
Hey, do you have a moment?
What's going on, Ignatz? Finally leaving on that journey to see the world?
No, not that. In fact, we're not going to talk about my dreams today. You always ask questions about me, but you never talk about yourself. So, I thought it was high time I asked about you. You certainly have piqued my curiosity.
Sure, go ahead. What did you want to ask?
Well, since I told you about my dreams, I wanted to know about yours.
My dreams, huh?
Ryu, can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to do a recording session here. Why did my Ryu constantly instantly turn on at the side, at the single side of my dreams? Jesus Christ.
I don't really know. I've never thought too much about it.
Really? Is there anything you want to do once the war's over?
Just keep going with the mercenary thing. It's not like I can do much else.
But we'll finally have peace. You won't have to fight anymore.
Yeah, but that's all I've been doing since even before the war started. I'd just be going back to my old way of life. Killing monsters, guarding villages. There's still plenty of work even in times of peace. And who's to say some enemy from outside Fodlan won't show up?
That may be true, but isn't it difficult having to constantly fight all the time?
Every job's got its tough parts. But the mercenary lifestyle's a perfect match for my personality. I can't even imagine settling down and establishing roots somewhere.
Yeah, that does sound like you.
Does it now?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just meant that you don't really seem like the kind of person who wants to stay tied down.
You think so? Well, whatever the case, I plan on earning my keep with my sword. As long as my body holds out, that is. What about you, Ignatz? You gonna stay a knight once this thing's over?
I'm not sure. I'll have to cross that bridge when I come to it. But if my duties as a knight were to end at some point, then I guess that's when I could make my dreams a reality. If I were to do that, do you think you'd like to come with me as my bodyguard?
You do realize I'll be Fodlan's most sought-after mercenary by then. I'm not gonna come cheap.
Oh, really? Then I'll have to work extra hard to save up some money. Because I really do want to travel with you.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ignatz. I'll be counting down the days till then.
We'll be having like some of these ace to full conversations with some of the Gun Geo members when I'm not even on the map yet. It's trying to be funny.
Oh, hey. On your way back from training? It's admirable of you to keep at it so late.
Yeah, well, I like to get in a little bit of practice whenever I can. Can't afford to fall behind with everyone else getting so strong on the battlefield.
Even though I'm literally the only thing strong on the battlefield right now, but make me start with the Ash Demon.
It's a little late for me today, but I could join you tomorrow. If that's okay, of course.
Really? That'd be great.
A desire to get stronger is not a bad thing in my book. While we're on the subject, can I ask you something? Why do you want to get stronger? No, wait. Let me start with a different question. What made you originally decide to become a mercenary?
It's not really much of a story. This is kind of just where I ended up. After my mom died, I left the village we'd been living in. But I had no idea what I was gonna do. I eventually ran out of money and fell in with a mercenary group. Then I worked my way up from doing their laundry to fighting.
You don't say. Well, I guess your story is a pretty common one, actually. How'd mercenary life treat you?
Awful at first. But once I met some folks that I got along with, it wasn't so bad. Anyway, the plan was to keep fighting alongside my friends, make a name for myself as a merc, and eventually run out of luck and die. But somehow, I've suddenly found myself in charge of the king's private army, leading soldiers into battle. Not really what I expected, I'll tell you that much.
That's how life is. You never know what tomorrow will bring. When I was a kid, I never imagined I'd be wielding some holy relic as a Knight of Saros. I thought my destiny was to follow in my father's footsteps and become the next Count Karen.
It seems like you've been through a lot. I heard you were a fugitive at one point.
Yes, well, something happened. My best friend lost his way, and I couldn't set him right. Eventually, it cost him his life, and I let it happen. I couldn't stay in my hometown after something like that, but despite all that pain and sadness, I have no regrets about the choices I've made in my life.
Not many can say that. So, you've succeeded in making your past self proud, huh?
That's right. My past has made me who I am today. I'm going to keep moving forward, no matter what hardships lie ahead.
You're a strong person, Catherine. I think I could learn a lot from you. Hearing your story and what you said about making yourself proud gives me so much to think about. No matter how hard we try, there will always be times when we have to make tough choices, right? My past self fought hard to get me here. Am I gonna make the choice that past me would have approved of?
The tough part isn't making the right choice, though. It's what you do after. You must try your best to make whatever decision you land on into the right one in the end.
You make it sound so easy. But the more I think about it, the harder it seems.
Sure, man, this really did get a little bit more deep than I thought it was going to be. Why does this keep flying about everyday life sometimes? Why does it come to, like, when I try to connect with some people online, they're just more bad than it seems. Just, why does it keep happening?
Then don't think about it. Just keep trying your best day after day. Put one foot in front of the other, and eventually, you'll look back and realize how far you've come.
That's all I've got to do, huh?
That's all. You could even start right now. If anything I said struck a chord, that is. I, for one, look forward to seeing you carve your own path, wherever it may lead.
Fucking hell, like I actually kept like a whole conversation and just a bit story dialogue, just because like I was about to go on deep rant about like because of how people could easily betray your trust and just turn it about. Just jeez, this is a let's play. This is no time for me to be so deep with my emotions. Why smack dab in the middle of a heavy story moment. Just supposed to be all happy, fun times and stuff, and just laugh about dumb mistakes sometimes. Yeah. No, definitely something it's understand. I believe we're good having to have one just general to say about you, and all I can do is just move forward and just leave those past experiences and memories behind. That's all I can really say.
Do you have a moment, Rodrigue? There's something I'd like to ask you.
Anything for you, Your Majesty. What is it?
I want to hear your side of the story.
Of which story exactly?
How did you feel when you learned of my father's death? I've struggled to ask this before, but I want to know.
So that's what you mean. Honestly, I had a difficult time believing it at first. But as moons passed, I gradually grew to accept the reality of it. And of course, I recalled the promise I'd made him, and vowed to myself that I would carry it out.
I wonder then, had I died alongside my father and Glenn and Dusker, what would you have done? You know, a fleeting thought flashes across my mind every time I see you reflect upon my father. It feels as though you aspired not just to stand beside him in life, but to meet death with him as well.
Don't overthink it, Your Majesty. I'm a pretty stubborn guy, you know. No, I didn't wish for my own death when Lambert passed. But sometimes I think that if I have to die to honor my promise to him, I would be satisfied with that.
I won't allow you to throw your life away, Rodrigue. I'll not have you stolen from me by that promise. Losing you would be almost like losing my father for a second time. If you were to die because of me, it would destroy me.
You may say that, but a subject lives by the example their king sets for them. And I know well enough that you don't value your life either. So if you'd like me to place more importance on my life, I urge you to do the same, Your Majesty.
You're right. I have no excuse.
No, I should apologize. That came out rather more harsh than I intended. You sounded so much like Lambert just now, I simply couldn't hold myself back. In truth, that's something I've wished I could have said to him for a long time now. Yet, you were the one who had to bear the brunt of it. I suppose I can hardly poke fun at Matthias for holding on to that sword all those years, can I?
I sounded like my father?
Indeed you did. Remember the story of the sword? About how I got stuck behind enemy lines like a fool? Well, the first thing Lambert said after he broke through their forces was, "Don't throw your life away like that." Not that it was too convincing coming from a guy covered in cuts and scrapes.
I can't imagine. It sounds as though you two were very close. I envy him for having such strong bonds with his friends.
Don't let my son catch you saying that. Pretty sure he'd take offense. Anyway, that's enough reminiscing for one day. How about you try squeezing some memories out of Matthias next time?
A fine idea. Perhaps I'll invite Sylvain and the others to join in as well.